Hey guys, welcome back to another weekend with yours truly, Laura. It is Friday the 20-something, I don't know, it'll appear on the screen, like the 27th, I think, just before midnight. Now, I told you guys I had 5 days off from work and I had planned to vlog the 5 days, but I didn't actually end up vlogging yesterday, Thanksgiving, because it was Thanksgiving, you know, and I just decided I didn't want to. And then I'm not starting the vlog now until almost Friday is over. I thought about just waiting and starting it tomorrow, but let's just do it now. Let's just get it out of the way. If you guys are new here, hi, I'm Laura. I write young adult horror and I am attempting, hopefully, to pursue traditional publishing in 2021. I'm hoping to query in 2021. I mean, the jury's still out on that one, folks, but it's looking good. It's looking good. Yeah, so this weekend, I'm on day 2 of 5 days off of work, and I've only really, so as you guys know, just to back up, just to get some context, in terms of my Nano, I'm trying to do time, and I'm being very loosey-goosey about the time. It's really just for me to put in more time towards my writing than I have been. Which I believe so far I have been. And I've been including anything that is what I consider like work towards working on my book, which I would consider working on my plotting Bible, reading other horror because I'm reading it, you know, to like learn from it, you know, and just like anything like that. So basically, just to kind of catch you up, since we last spoke last weekend, I have not done anything with writing yet. I have just been reading. I had a, you know, I worked Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And then yesterday was Thanksgiving. Now, I did finish a couple of books and start some new ones. So, I finished Sawkill Girls. Really, really liked that one. I gave it like 4.5, I think, out of 5. Really like that one a lot, and I really like that it's kind of a contemporary setting, but also kind of not. It definitely has a lot of like fantasy-ish elements, yeah, and also very scary. So if you like that kind of stuff, then I highly recommend that. It's about girls that go missing on an island, and there's some local folklore that tries to explain or is connected to what's going on. So, really enjoyed that one. Also, finished reading Horrid, finally. I liked that one as well. Did not like it as much as Sawkill Girls, and I did not like it as much as Harrow Lake, right? Harrow Lake? I don't remember what that book was called. But I did like it. I think the ending, like the Act 3, really brought a lot of things together and illuminated some things. And before that, I wasn't sure if I was going to say I liked the book because it was a little slow. And so for some people that's fine, but the pacing just was like a little, it was a little off for me. But I will say that Act 3 kind of redeemed it for me. It's a spooky, like haunted house, family secrets kind of book. So yeah, so if you're into that, I would recommend it for that. I think I gave it like 3.75 stars, maybe 3.5. I will have those both linked down in the description if you want to check them out. I think they're good. And so then I started listening to Clown in a Cornfield, which I think I mentioned this before, but I saw it when it first came out and I was like, that is such a dumb title. I have no interest in reading that book. It just seems dumb to me. But then I started hearing people talk about it and say that they really liked it. And I talked to Lizelle, and she was saying that she had heard things, like, good about it, and she wanted to read it. I was like, okay, maybe I should check this out. So I started listening to that the other day, and I'm really, really liking it so far. It reminds me a lot of Stephanie Perkins's There's Someone Inside the House. It's very much like a Scream type, like it's a lot like a horror movie, and like a Scream type horror movie. And so I just really like that part of it a lot. I'm about maybe close to halfway through, and I'm just like, it's just getting good. So I will also link that down in the description if you want to check that out. So I've been reading those and taking notes and thinking about the ways in which they convey certain elements of horror, how they're doing it, what's different. I do plan to do a video on something like that. So if that's something you'd be interested in, comment down below. But I'm thinking about talking about elements of horror that I sort of gleaned from reading these books. So yeah, if you want a video about writing horror and what I kind of learned from reading a bunch of horror books, because that's kind of what I'm trying to do right now, let me know. So that's what I've been working on. But tomorrow I plan to officially start working on brainstorming and replotting Beware of Monsters. So I have the 37 questions from Story Genius, and I'm gonna start working on those tomorrow. So that's the plan for the rest of the weekend. I'm still gonna listen to that. I also have a book called The Companion I think I might start reading, like a physical book. So yeah, we'll see about that. So that's where I'm at, but it's almost midnight, and Aaron's playing video games, and I was just laying here in bed listening to my book. So I'm really pretty tired. I'm going to lay down and listen to the book for the rest of the night, and I'm gonna start fresh tomorrow morning. Guys, it is now Saturday evening. It's like just about 8:30 on, I don't even know the date. What is today? The 28th. And yeah, I know, gosh, I have not been vlogging enough. Look, I'm drinking water though. I had all these grand plans to like vlog so much and like get so much done, and don't you love that little like move of mine? Yeah, this was like a much needed vacation from work, these 5 days off. Today is like, what, day 3? And I'm really just leaning into the vacation aspect of it. It's like the end of Nano. That's when you're supposed to like really push yourself. But I needed this time off to just chill and relax and also get some stuff done around the house. And so I really struggled to get motivated to work on the book today, which is so frustrating because it's like I'm finally ready to start working on the book again. It's like almost a little scary, you know? But I did listen to some book last night of Cron and Cornfield, which I'm loving. And I listened to some of it today. We're holding off on watching any Christmas movies because we are doing 25 days of Christmas. So we want to save all the Christmas movies to start on December 1st. So if you already follow me on Instagram and you've been around for a minute, you know that we always do 31 days of Halloween. We've done that for like 4 or 5 years now, where we watch a Halloween movie every day in October, like a scary movie or a Halloween themed. And so this year we've been talking about doing a Christmas one for a couple of years now, and this year we're finally going to do it because it's quarantine. We've never done it before because we usually travel in December because I don't live near my family, and that's usually the time of year we go and see my family, but we're not traveling this year, so it's like the perfect time to do the inaugural 25 days of Christmas. So if you don't already follow me on Instagram and you want to see the movies that we're watching every day, I will have it pop up on the screen. It's also in the description. Follow me on Instagram. It's at Lord 2.0, one word, no numbers in it. Just the word 2, the word point, and the letter O. That's also my Twitter handle if you want to like follow me on there. But anyway, this year for the Halloween one, I usually try to post on there what we watched and like what we rated it, what we thought of it. And so this year I made like fun little Instagram posts that had like the poster, the movie poster, and then like our ratings for it. So I think we're gonna do that again with the Christmas movies. So that should be fun. So if you want to see that and just kind of get some good ideas for Christmas movies and see what we think, then make sure you follow me on Instagram. So now it is like, what did I say, 8:30, and I finally am like, okay, let's get some work on the books for Saturday of working on the book. So Aaron is watching a show in the living room, and Buffy is sleeping on the bed, and Falcor's licking my leg, and I have a candle lit. I think it's Sweater Weather, which is one of my favorite. So I think I'm finally gonna start working on the plotting Bible. So it starts out with 37 questions from Story Genius. Oh, another thing I did do today earlier was plan out my videos for the next 6 weeks. So I do 2 videos a week, as you guys know, if you subscribe. If you don't, hello, subscribe to me. Hang out with me. Subscribe. I do 2 videos a week. Monday is usually like a topic of some kind, and then Wednesday is my weekend vlog. So I planned out my topic videos for the next 6 weeks, and I planned out my video for tomorrow so I can film that in the morning. This week's video, which should already be out by the time you're seeing this, is my top 3 writing craft book recommendations and how I recommend using them together. A lot of people have been asking me about that. They've been asking me specifically for that video, so I will be making that. And so if you haven't already seen it, I will have it linked in the description as well, and maybe I'll have it pop up at the end, you know, at the end screen, so you can check that out if you haven't already. So I did do that. So it was another productive thing I did today. But anyway, back to what I need to do. I'm gonna go to those 37 questions and start working on those first. The first few are questions like more about your idea, like what drew you to the idea, why do you want to work on this, like what, you know, is inspiring about it, etc., that kind of stuff, and kind of sussing out the beginning concepts of your book. So I think what I'm going to do is set a timer for 30 minutes and see how far in the questions I'm able to get. I want to do at least an hour on the book stuff today, but I think I'm gonna do 30 minutes and then I'll check back in with you guys and let you know like the questions, how they went, how many I was able to get through. I think it'll take longer to get through some of them as I get farther along, because they want you to like write scenes from your character's POV before the book starts, like pivotal moments in their life type of thing. So those might take a little bit longer. Also, like I have been talking to Erin the last couple days about, I'm just trying to think out some of the changes I need to make now that I'm kind of going the horror route, and I already had a lot of those horror elements in the book, but now I feel like I need to like dial it up a little bit. So I've been talking to him about some possibilities of like ways to do that. And I'm also considering, so I always write everything in first person present, and I'm thinking about playing with this, like just maybe writing a scene or two in third person. I don't know, third person present or past, I don't know, but a lot of the horror books I've read recently have been in third person, and I think that they allow for a narrator element, which I think can be nice in horror, because a narrator element can help with setting. So like I feel like when you're choosing your POV, you want to think about like the purpose that it serves, right? Like what would be the advantage of one over the other. And I personally feel like in like science fiction or like fantasy, I sometimes like the narrator aspect of it, but in contemporary I like the first person. That's what I had been writing, you know, recently, because you want that voice that contemporary is really known for. And so even though my book is a contemporary horror, I'm trying to debate if I want voice, if I want it to be like a voicey book, or if I want it to be like a mood book, which I think for the mood, you need a little bit more of a narrator element. I don't know. Comment down below, like, how you determine your POV. Like, do you put a lot, like, do you just kind of like, oh, I always write in this because I like it? Do you do different things for different genres? Or is it more like a book by book basis, what you think? I'd like to know what information you use to make this decision, because that's what I'm thinking is, I guess I have to kind of decide, do I want this to be voicey or do I want this to be moody, you know? So, and maybe I'll just write it in 2 different, like the first scene or something, or maybe one of those practice scenes in both to see, because if I'm not good at the voice, if the voiciness isn't coming through, then maybe I need to switch. I haven't written anything in third person, so it's like I don't even know if I'm good at it. I don't know if I like it, so that's why I think maybe I should try a scene in third person to see what I think of it. I don't know. But anyway, comment down below to let me know how you guys decide that. And I need to think on it some more, but for now, I'm gonna get to some of these questions, and I'll hit you back up in about 30 minutes. Okay, I'm back. It's been 30 minutes. Well, it's been a little bit longer than that, but I did 30 minutes. And then, you know, other things, but I'm usually give a little detail of what I do, right? Anyway, it's been 30 minutes working on the book, and I made it through 9 of the questions. So there's 37. So that's about 1/4 of the way. So I think like, I don't know, like I think I can get through these quickly because I've already like conceptualized a lot of this stuff. But like it's still helping to like get it out because these are all things that I've thought about, you know, over the years while thinking about this book. All the years I've been working on this book, like 5 years. But I don't really necessarily have them written down, and also some of these changes I'm making to make it a horror. And so I think when I'm done too, I need to create some sheets of like a character sheet and names of stuff, because I've changed some of those over time. I still need to change one of the characters' names. Just because it's kind of an unlikable character, and I've really come around to really liking this name, and I don't want to use it on a character that I don't like, so I want to save that for another book. So I need to give her a different name. And so, but I've added some new elements, like there's an aunt in the book now that was not in there before, so like I need to make sure I get her name down, because I kept going back and forth too between her parents' names, which I don't even remember what I settled on in the last one. But like those kinds of things, like, okay, what am I settling on? Let's name it, you know, name her mom and dad and stuff like that. And so and they like run a few businesses, and the businesses are like relevant to the plot, so like I need to get the business names written down, you know, that kind of stuff. So so I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna try to get through some more questions though, because I'd really like to try to get through all 37 this long weekend, like through Monday, so that I can really start working on scene cards and replotting. So I have done scene cards for this book twice now. Not quite on cards the first time, but I did plot it out doing the nine, what is it, the one that Kat does? You guys know, it's like the 927 3 method, whatever the heck that I don't know. You know what I'm talking about though, most likely. So that was the first time I did it. Then I read Save the Cat Writes a Novel, and I redid the book with new scene cards according to that. And now I need to do it again because I'm changing the genre. So this will be my third time like replotting it out. So, and I'm gonna do it with scene cards this time, like I showed you guys in my last vlog, which you haven't seen that, it's linked in the description. Check that out, because I show my plotting Bible and the scene cards that I'm using and the information that I want to put on them. So I'm hoping that because this is not a new concept and I don't have a lot of stuff to figure out still, just some changes to the plot. What I think I'm gonna do is maybe, I set my 30-minute productivity timer. I will actually link the playlist of that in the description. So many good things in the description, you guys. Make sure you're checking out the description of this video. Erin made some productivity timers for me, some Christmas themed, because Halloween and Christmas are my favorite. I'm not going to be doing any more timers on this channel. I think Erin might create some new ones just for me to use in the future, but I don't want to keep posting them on my channel. But I do have these on there if you want to use any Christmas timers. So I used my 30-minute one, and it was really helpful. So I think I'm going to do the 25-minute one now next, and try to work through some more of these questions. And yeah, maybe I'll do that. Like that seems like fun. Like 30 minutes, then 25, then 20, then 15, you know. How many minutes is that overall? 55, 105, 115, 130, 140, not 140, 145 minutes. Which is over 2 hours. Almost 2.5 hours. God, that took me so long. That was rough. So, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to do that. And, but it's almost 10 p.m. So, I don't know how much longer I want to work tonight on this, but I do want to get some more done. So, it's back to the computer to get some work done. Yeah. Don't you just love these vlogs with me? I'm back. Hey guys, so I just finished my 25 minutes that I spent working on the questions. How many did I say I got through the first time? I think I got through 9 the first one, so I only got through one more in that because I did some other things. I'll tell you about that in a second. So I did get through number 10, which 10 had 4 parts, so I did do all 4 parts of number 10. And then number 11 starts where you have to start writing actual scenes. So of the 37 steps, she wants you to write essentially 4 scenes. The first is the origin of the misbelief that your character has. And then she wants you to write at least 3 more scenes that further embed, I think in Save the Cat Writes a Novel, they refer to it as the shard of glass, right? It's that thing that embeds itself in the character to like think and feel a certain kind of way. So you have the origin scene, and so like I brainstormed the origin scene, I just haven't written it yet, and then 3 more scenes that just further pushes that shard of glass in or further makes the character believe that misbelief. And so I have the first scene. Like I haven't written it, but like I know what it is. And then I have the last one, the 4th one, the one like right before where we pick up in the book, even though there's some time in between, but like, you know, anyway, it doesn't matter. So I still have to come up with the 2nd and the 3rd. So I didn't want to start writing a scene tonight because I kind of want to write all 4 of these together. And I know I'm not going to have the time to do that tonight because it's already like 10:40. So I think I wanted to leave that for tomorrow and pick up, like I want to kind of brainstorm, talk to Erin a little bit about possibilities for scenes 2 and 3, because these are really creating what essentially this is doing is creating backstory for your character and also worldview. So like what has happened to your character in their life prior to the book starting to make them feel that way or to make them believe that way. So that's essentially the point of it. And so like these things might come up in flashback, they might reference it, but like it's really important for you to know what has happened to your character in the past to make them feel and believe and think what they're doing. So they're really important and I definitely want to do them. I don't want to just do the first one and then I don't even know if it's like late at night, so like I don't know that I want to do that, if that makes sense, tonight. So I'm gonna wait until tomorrow and work on all 4 of those scenes tomorrow. So these are the ones where I was talking about where like things might take a little bit longer. And so because of that, I don't know if I'll be able to get through all 37. I don't know how many more scene type things it is. They're not really scenes that like have to be perfect. It's more about like getting the feeling of those scenes and like getting them out. So anyway, I'm gonna brainstorm those tonight and then start picking up on that tomorrow to work on my book. But what I did do was create a couple of pages where I can remember character names, scenery names, just things like that, especially since I have changed some of them over time and I need to change some of them. I did spend a little bit amount of time looking up different names for that one character I said I wanted to rename to, which I have the rename. I'm not 100% sold on it yet, but I think it'll work. I think it's good. So I did get a lot accomplished, but that's it for tonight on it. I might listen to some more Clown in a Cornfield. I'm not sure. Aaron just got in here, and depending on how tired he is, I might see if he wants to watch an episode of The Mandalorian. So we'll see how he feels, because we need to get caught up on that. But I'm gonna pick it up tomorrow and I'm gonna start earlier. I do need to film too, so I need to get up early tomorrow. So yeah, so that's it for tonight, and I feel good that I finally got some work done and I'm finally officially freaking working back on the book, so that feels good. Hello, good afternoon. It is Sunday the 29th. It's a little after 2, I think. Is that what I said? Yeah, it's a little after 2 p.m. I have been up since 10 a.m. and I've gotten quite a bit accomplished so far this morning, not in writing, but in life. Okay, I have done 35.4 hours. So 0.4 hours would be like maybe like 25 minutes. So about 35 hours, 25 minutes. I need to do 40 hours. So that means I need to do approximately like 4.5 hours between today and tomorrow. I definitely think that's doable. Right? Is that number right? Yeah, so if it's 4.5, so it's a little over 2 hours each day. Yeah, I could do that. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so I feel good about that. All right, so I do. I'm trying to think, like, okay, I mean, I'm not used to like reaching goals. It's very strange. But I feel confident that I could do this. So, I'm gonna give Garen is Aaron's evil twin. Actually, that's Baron. Garen is...
So who is Garen, Laura? Let me see your phone.
Aaron needs the computer, so I'm gonna go change clothes and I don't know, maybe try to brush the hair, probably, and put on some makeup, and I'm gonna film these videos and get them over with. Hey guys, just wanted to pop in to give you a quick update. So I filmed my 2 videos for this week and then had dinner and watched a little bit more Sugar Rush Christmas, and also listened to quite a bit, a little over an hour's worth of Clown in the Cornfield. I listened to it while I was getting ready to film, like brushing my hair and putting on makeup and stuff. And you guys, I just don't even know what to think about the book, if I'm being honest. It's like, has me a little shook. It's definitely different than what I expected. It's definitely more of like a slasher, like horror, like the kind that you would expect from, like, which are my favorite, you know, the slasher horror movies. But I've never read it in a YA book before. The only other one that was like similar was Stephanie Perkins, There's Someone Inside the House, and it was not like this. Like, I can't believe this is a YA book. I mean, I can, because it's a very YA story. But it's just like, I can't believe this stuff is happening in a YA book. I can't believe Harper Teen put it out. I don't know. It's all very shocking, to say the least. So, so yeah. So I am going to work on writing here in a little bit, but I'm like, I kind of want to just listen to a little bit more of the book. So, because it's kind of like in a good spot. So I'm going to listen to that, and then I think I'm going to work on writing some scenes here in a few minutes. Yeah, I feel like I'm kind of procrastinating on that. Ooh, I don't want to do it, but I'm working my way up to it. I'm just like a little nervous. I'm a little rusty. You know, it's been a minute. So, but I will get back to it. So anyway, I'm going to go listen to a little bit more of this book, and ooh, yikes, I'm like, I don't even know. It's so, wow. Yeah, okay. Hey guys, just wanted to update you really quickly. So I listened to a little bit of my book, but then my mom called. I actually don't talk to my mom that often. Like, she works a lot and the timing is always off. And so we did like a FaceTime with all of my brothers and my sister-in-law. And we talked for like a couple of hours, so that kind of passed all the time, so I didn't get as much done, but I just got off the call, and instead of listening to the book more, I'm gonna go ahead and try to work on some of those scenes, because Aaron's still using the computer, so I'm actually gonna use my like work desk, and use Aaron's gaming computer, because it's just those scenes that are not part of the actual book. So I'm gonna try to do those on Google, what is it called? Google Docs, yeah. So I'm gonna do that and try to work on that a little bit, because I want to get those done tonight. I don't know if I'm gonna get all four scenes. Is like a lot to write. I don't know, I feel so nervous. Why am I'm having performance anxiety. So anyway, I'm gonna write those scenes right now and then probably get back to the book later, because I'm really liking it. But yeah, I need to get some writing done, so let's do it. Hey guys, I am checking back in probably for the definitely the last time for tonight, and just kind of want to keep you updated on what I did today, or what I did since I last checked in. It is now like 1/4 to midnight. It's 1/4 past midnight. That's past midnight, and that's Bastille, one of my favorite bands. Anyway, I worked on the first of the 4 scenes that you need to do, you know, for the pre-writing, but I worked maybe like 20-30 minutes on it. I was really having to like think, you know, I haven't written a scene in a long time, and so like it was weird, but I got the wheels going, so I feel like I dipped my toes in it. But some things some things came up that I had to take care of, and then I had to upload the video for tomorrow, and I had to do all the, y'all, I mean, if you don't have a channel, you don't understand how much time. If you do have a channel, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It takes a lot of time to do like the upload, the thumbnail, the description, the caption, like the tags, and oh, it's a lot. So anyway, I had to do all that. Plus, Aaron and I had to do a couple of like like business keeping things. So we did that, and now I'm just like exhausted, y'all, you know? So like, I just don't think I can write anymore tonight. I think I'll be able to get a lot more writing done tomorrow during the day. I would really like to get these 4 scenes. I originally want to get all 37 questions done, but now I'm just like, okay, can I get these 4 scenes done? Can I get 4 scenes done? Yeah, I don't know. Writing 4 scenes is actually kind of a lot. You know, like, I don't know. But they're actually like not scenes that are gonna be in the book. It's just for me to know, you know what I mean? But I don't know. I'm rambling at this point. This is why I need to go to bed. But I think I'm gonna listen a little bit more to Cron and Cornfield because this book is crazy, y'all. Like, it is really, it's a lot. You have to be prepared for it. But the pacing's so good. I was talking to Lizelle. She's reading it too. She really likes it. Erin, what did you think? You heard a little bit of it.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
Did it seem crazy to you?
Yeah, it was amazingly weird and crazy.
Crazy stuff's happening. So I think I'm gonna listen to a little bit more of that tonight before I go to sleep. So that does get to count toward my time. I told you guys I needed to get like 2.5 hours each day or a little bit less. I'm currently at, the world may never know because my freaking phone is dead. But I wanna say I was like over an hour. Like maybe like an hour and a half, hour 40 minutes. So I think I can get that 2.5 today, but then that's gonna put it all for tomorrow. Tomorrow's the big push. The big push. All right, guys, that is it for tonight. Buffy's going crazy. She's like slipping and sliding, running sideways. Yeah. So I'm gonna end this clip. Pew pew. See what I did there? Erin loves a good pew pew.
Pew 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 pew.
I do need sleep though. My eyes are starting to, like, I'm turning one of those kids who like rubs their eyes. It's actually all the cat hair in here because I ran out of Claritin. I'm gonna go and I'll see you tomorrow and we're gonna do it. Hey guys, good morning. It is Monday and I have the day off of work and it is so nice. It's about 12:30 right now, so this would have been my lunchtime. But I've been up for a couple hours since like 10 and Erin and I basically just have been hanging out, watching TikTok, laying in bed. But he just left to take the dogs to the vet, so I guess that means I need to get working. I actually also looked at how long I worked yesterday, and I only did an hour, which I thought I did more than that. So I need to get, like 4 hours today, or 3.5, so it's the last day, so I'm kind of like yikesing that, but I'm also like, you know, yeah, I know, I'm so bad with like trying to keep goals. So I'm gonna try to today. I'm not gonna hurt myself. Well, God, hurt myself. That was a little extreme. I'm not gonna be like upset with myself or be mean to myself if I don't. But because it is my last day off. But I really want to get a lot accomplished today. So my goal is to try to get these 4 scenes written. I'd at least like to try to get like 1 or 2 written while Erin is gone. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna work on right now. And I don't know. Well, I guess we'll just. Oh gosh, phone's blowing up, so I'll be back later to let you know how it goes. Hey guys, just doing a quick check-in. It is now 5 o'clock. I worked for a little while earlier. I kind of oscillated between listening to a little bit of my book because I'm like right at the end, like the 3rd act, and it's like so good. So I was listening to Cron and Cornfield and switching between that and working on those scenes. I've written the first one and most of the second one, and I know what the 3rd and 4th are going to be. I kind of decided, and I thought, like, I was kind of struggling with like writing the full scenes because like full scenes are like a lot, and like I understand what she's saying, but I also just kind of felt like basically I'm kind of like creating shortcuts, and I'm kind of like partially describing, like I don't want to like do a full scene where I'm like describing the setting, describing like, you know what I'm trying to say? So I'm just getting like the gist of like what was said and what actions happened, and partially kind of like you would do like a 0 draft basically. Because I talked to Lizelle about this because she uses Story Genius too, and she said she doesn't write the full out scenes either. It's more of just like the gist so that you know what the reference points are. So that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm obviously not gonna get the 37 questions done this weekend, but I'm gonna get the 4 scenes done. I will get my hours in. I'm at 1 hour and 20 minutes right now. So between working on the writing and listening to the book, I think it'll be getting close, honestly, between my breaks and stuff. But I think I should get the time the 40 hours in right at the last minute. So I don't know, you're gonna have to sit on pins and needles to see how the end of this video goes. Hey guys, time for another check-in. It's right after 10 p.m. I did some work on the second scene and a little bit of the third scene, then took a break to have dinner, and we watched a little bit of Chicago Fire and kind of got sucked into that a little bit. So it's a little late, but I did the math and I need to get 1 hour and 8 minutes left. So that is what I'm gonna do. Only 1 hour and 8 minutes. It's gonna be a little late tonight, but that's okay. I can do it. That's what I'm gonna do right now. So I'm gonna do this final push so I can actually be successful at my goal for NaNoWriMo. And yeah, the 37 questions was probably lofty. I realize that now. But if I can get these 4 scenes done, I don't know if I can, but I'm gonna try, then that will feel like a huge accomplishment for me. So I'm gonna get to it. All right guys, it is 11:39 p.m. on Monday and I officially did it. I met my 40 hours. I did 40 hours this month working on my horror, and that is between reading horror books for research. Lacey is very excited for me too. But between researching / reading horror books, creating my plotting Bible, and then starting to replot my book to make it a horror. So I actually got a lot done this month. Miss Khaleesi wants to join me. She's a little ungroomed, as I said earlier, but she got her shot today, so we can get her groomed soon. So anyway, what I was saying was I actually got a lot accomplished. I actually was able to get all 4 of those scenes done. I ended up writing about 2,400 words, and I answered a bunch of the questions. I got through question 17 of the 37, but question 18 actually wants you to start doing the scene card for your first scene. So I think that was a really good place for me to stop anyway, because I really need to think about that. And the last couple of questions I kind of like answered, but I want to go back and look in Story Genius at what exactly she's talking about. And this is like the first time I'm thinking about some of these and for this book, because I am changing it to horror. It is changing some aspects of like the overall story plot, obviously, and like motivation and background and things like that. And so I'm kind of having to change some things, and I kind of wrote some things down that I'm just like, this is the first that occurred to me, so I need to think about those a little bit longer, and I might make some changes to that or add to it at least. But the questions here, so the questions that I'm kind of like needing to ruminate on is she wanted me to like write free write with the intended plot, which I have the intended plot, but it was like all the like kind of subplot ideas too, and those need to change like a little bit. I have basically 4 subplots. Yeah, and it might be like too much, but they're all actually kind of like, I don't know if it's, that's kind of hard. Rather than saying 4 subplots, there's like one main, like the main plot and the subplot, and then part of the main plot is there's like 3 other characters that kind of have like a storyline that involves the main character that help with the main plot. So it's like, I guess they're technically like subplots, but they're all in aid of that main plot. So I really just have like the main plot and then like a subplot. But I have to think about those 3 other storylines. They're not like POV characters or anything, but they're just 3 other people that she interacts with that all help her in different ways come to the realization that she comes to. Like they're, you know, like what side characters are supposed to do. So I have to really kind of rethink those and like kind of, well, not rethink them, but like think them through more thoroughly, how they're going to function in the book. And how they're gonna do what I want them to do in order to, cause like, you know, you have like a foil character, and then you have like the example character, and then you also have like the contrary, I guess, characters we can think of, where it's like, I guess it's sort of like a foil, but it's like, it's kind of like a foil, but then also like a reflection one. I don't know, it's kind of, does that make sense? There's like somebody who's gonna show her, like, there's someone who exhibits the traits she needs and she's gonna learn that from them. And then there's someone who is like a mirror of what she's doing, but she's not gonna be able to see the wrongness in her, but she'll see it in them. And then there's also, I guess, the foil, which is like who is the opposite of her in all ways, but then she realizes that like what she thinks about that, about that opposite is like different than what her expectations are, or like that they're actually more similar. She basically thinks a certain thing about the foil, and she'll realize that she's wrong about that, and that will also help her realize that she's wrong about a lot of other stuff, if that makes sense. All of this is like the internal plot, right? Because the external plot is horror. And so basically, I don't want to give too much away, but we'll just say like, I don't know how much I can say yet. So anyway, so yeah, but I'm talking more about like the internal, because the external plot I think with the horror is a little bit easier, because you know, like for example, I just finished reading, oh, I didn't tell you guys, did I tell you that I finished reading Clown and Cornfield? Oh my god, 10 out of 10, 100% recommend. Only though, if you love horror movies and you love slasher movies, because it is like literally the closest I've ever seen of a horror book being like a horror movie, and it is just like a slasher film, which I love so much, but it is not for the faint of heart, y'all. It's a lot, and the pacing is so good. It happens like so quickly, but like it feels so organic, and I just loved it. 10 out of 10 recommend. I'll have a link down in the description if you want to check it out and just kind of like read the synopsis and stuff. But it's really, really good. Called Clown in a Cornfield, and it's by Adam Cesare or Cesare. I think he actually has a YouTube channel too. That's what Lizelle told me. So anyway, I don't know. I haven't seen it, but the book is fantastic, and I really liked it. It was put out by Harper Teen? Harper? Yeah. But anyway. How did I get sidetracked by that? Oh, so like you kind of have like it's a little bit easier to come up with the external plot when you're, for me, for the horror, because it's like, that's the scary element, right? And like the thing, but what I'm really having to dive into is the interior one, because unlike like a horror movie where you can just have, I mean, some horror movies do have the internal, and I love those, but a lot of them are just like to scare you, right? To freak you out. But like in a book, you need to have the story. You need to have the third rail, or you need to have that like journey for change. And so I'm trying to work on that aspect and how to tie it into the horror aspect, and how what's happening with the horror stuff is going to help her come to the change that she needs to make. So yeah, so that's where I'm at. So that was the question. Oh yeah, so they wanted me to free write about the plots and stuff, so I know I need to go back to that. Even though I did answer it, I need to add some more, I think, to that. I just need to think about it more. Also, she wants me to like go through potential problems with the plots, which I at this point don't see any problems. So then that makes me worried, like if there's no problems, then is that a problem? So I'm gonna go back and read that section. And then she wants you to like, okay, so she says in order to determine your opening scene, which I already know my opening scene now. It's not the same opening scene from the original. It's actually like 3 scenes in, because I did read somewhere that like usually your opening scene is like actually 3 scenes in than like your original. Have you guys heard this before? If you've heard this, comment down below. But like, I kept hearing that like with your first draft, they say like the first scene that you open with usually in your first draft is not the first scene. That you should usually jump like 1, 2, 3 scenes in, and that's where you should actually start your book. And I thought about that, and I looked at it, and I was like, oh my god, that's so true. And so now like I think it's the 2nd scene or the 3rd scene from my original drafts. My prior drafts is now going to be my first scene. But I'm going to make some changes to it, obviously, because I'm changing some elements of the book. But anyway, this says to, she wants you to kind of like make sure that all these things, like in order to determine that's a good starting scene, that it should have like these 3 like ticks. And so she says that it needs to, overarching plot problem, which this does, it deals with that. The 3rd rail, which it does. And then it says the main ticking clock. And that's where I'm kind of like, you know, like, do I have a ticking clock? And I know that I want to have a ticking clock, and I know that like books that have ticking clocks just move better pace-wise, and I know you don't have to, but then I'm also just like, do I want one? I don't know. So even though I answer these questions, because it does have like the 2, and I do know the scene, these last 4 questions, I want to spend a little bit more time just like thinking about, because I haven't thought about these questions before. And so, you know how book writing goes. You have to marinate on ideas. So I wrote down what I have so far. I want to go back over and look over those sections and fully fill those out a little bit more and make sure. Also, I did those, you know, like 4 scenes. I ended up doing 5 scenes from the past, 0 draft scenes from the past, because I thought of another one. But anyway, so that's kind of where I'm at. With the book and the figuring things out. And I did have to push through a little bit today too, because I haven't written anything since April, and I'm so like overly critical and overly analytical of myself, and I also, you know, have anxiety, so I overthink everything. But I think I did a good job of pushing through today and doing things anyway, even though part of me just wanted to stop and curl up in a ball and be like, I don't know, it's too hard. But anyway, I did it, you guys. You guys know I'm not good at meeting goals. I met my goal for the month. I feel really, really good about it. And so my goal for now, for December, is to work on the book every single day. So I want to do a minimum of 30 minutes every day, which is basically what I did this month. I didn't always work every day, although yeah, I did. I don't think there's any days I didn't do anything. One day I only did like 4 minutes, but what I want to try to do is get consistency of just doing 30 minutes every day before 6 p.m. So that's the plan, and I'll update you on how that's going next weekend, and hopefully I'll have made some progress, at least thinking about those 4 questions and have those fully fleshed out, so that next weekend, during next weekend's vlog, I can actually start working on my first scene, which is exciting. It's already partially done, because I'm going to use, like I said, a scene from the previous draft, but I do need to change quite a few things. And yeah, so anyway, that's where I'm at. That's what I did. This is my last NaNo vlog. I won NaNo, my own version of NaNo, although it's not about winning or losing. For me, it was about pushing myself to do more, to stay disciplined, and to push through all my weird mental illness things, which I did. So overall, I'm very happy with how this NaNo went. How did your NaNo go? Comment down below, let me know. I mean, you can let me know if you won or lost, but it's really more about like, what did you gain during NaNo? Like, what good came out of NaNo? That's what I really want to hear. So let me know what good things came out of your NaNo this month, and I'm excited to, you know, read what you guys have to say. So this has been a super productive long weekend, and I did take a couple days off and still managed to get a lot done. So overall, I'm feeling really good, and I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me this weekend. And if you want to be sure to hang out with me again future weekends, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel and that you hit that subscribe button. And if you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up, because it tells YouTube that you like this video and that someone else might like it as well. And yeah, thank you guys as always for watching, and I'll see you next weekend. Bye.